Without having Jets.
So we had another big game this past Monday, the NCAA championship with the Ohio State went down. We love it. We love to see it. We love to see it. Bama walked over Ohio State. Devontae Smith went off in one half of football for 12 catches, 215, and 3 tutties. I believe he broke a finger or broke something in his hand right before the half, so he didn't even come back out for the second half. Najee Harris, 158 total yards. He had, 68 something. He had the same amount of yards off on receiving and rushing. He had 1 receiving touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns, so 3 total tutties. Mac Jones woke up feeling dangerous, feeling lethal. 36 of 45, 464, and 5 tutties. Man, this guy's
I'd
making
love if Pittsburgh could come in and sweep him up somehow.
Yeah, he's making a case for might be the second best quarterback in the draft this year. I don't know. You know Trevor Lawrence is going first, but Mac Jones, if I'm the Jets, man, or if I'm the Falcons, one of these teams up there, the Falcons got Matt Ryan, but he's nearing the end. I'm looking at Mac Jones. I really am.
Absolutely. That's another conversation to bring up that kind of like went on the table a little bit is Urban Meyer to Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah. That did happen this week.
That's really shocking how that whole – I mean, I don't think anybody saw that coming at all.
Urban Meyer's a goddamn liar. He's a goddamn liar.
He's done it multiple times. When are we going to start like actually saying we don't trust this man?
Yeah, he did it at Florida. Don't trust this man. He did it to weasel his way out of Florida because he knew there was scandals going on there and allegations, and he did it to get out of Ohio State. My heart hurts.
My head, my heart.
Yeah. I will say I like Urban Meyer as a commentator, like not a commentator, an analyst for college game day and stuff. He gives really good insight from a coach's perspective on the game, and I do like that. It's like Tony Romo in the booth, he's my favorite in the booth. I love Tony Romo in the booth.
Yeah, he's great. Him and Jim Nantz is the best combo right now.
Yeah. That we've looks like there's going to be a run to the left here, Jim.
Now, Jim, if you're looking, the towel that's hanging off the center's left belt buckle, the left side of the belt buckle, this is probably going to be a fake jet sweep. All right, let's see where it goes, Jim. Oh, shit.
Yeah, how the fuck Tony. Do you know that, Tony? Goddamn.
Yeah. Great guy.
I think this national championship game really puts a gray cloud over Justin Fields. Because after the game against Clemson, people are saying, "Oh, is he better than Trevor Lawrence? Is he going to be the number 1 pick?" No, this dude went 17 for 33, 194 and a tutty, and he had 6 carries for 67 yards, but he did not carry that offense. They kind of, to be fair, Ohio State's offense took a hit when Trey Sermon went down early, so their running back kind of took a hit. But I don't know, man. Justin Fields, listen. I know there's a lot of NFL GMs out there listening. You know, you guys are fans of the show. You're listening to us weekly. You know, sending feedback our way. Do not draft quarterbacks from Ohio State. Just don't do it. They don't pan out. Or they have to convert to wide receiver because they just can't be quarterbacks in the NFL, man.
100%, I agree. Yeah, and that's been a story for the past decade, even before that too. They just don't pan out. Do you imagine, like, Urban Meyer bringing in his full Ohio State squad into Jacksonville?
I don't doubt that he's going to do that, man.
Yeah.
He's never coached in the NFL, has he?
No.
And he's straight up a head coach in the NFL. All right. Hey, man.
Yeah, I give him a lot too.
3 years before he gets migraines, and he's out of there. You know what's another good point?
Shin splints.
Yeah, he's getting shin. Dude, how you getting shin splints on the sideline? You're the coach, you know?
Oh, the turf, man.
I heard you mentioned the decade. Another good point for the past decade. We're literally witnessing domination by Bama over the past decade.
Mm-hmm.
They've won in 2009, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2017, and 2020, the championship. And they've won it in dominating fashion. You know, there was years where you could see Bama like going into the playoffs like, this isn't their year. They're not winning it this year. And Clemson beat them. Bama will make it through the SEC schedule and like playing the SEC championship against a hot LSU team or something. Be like, I don't think this isn't Bama's year. But this was one of those years to be like, yeah, this is Bama's year. They're not losing this.
Yeah, especially with this whole thing going on with COVID and all that. And then once Clemson was knocked out by Ohio State, disgusting. Once that happened, it was just kind of like, yeah. And there was a lot of cute predictions last week where people were like, oh, it's going to be a little bit closer of a game here than what you think. I mean, look what they did to Clemson. And it's like, no. It was close in the beginning.
Yeah,
right as the ball kicked off.
That's what we said. We said it was going to be close in the beginning.
Yeah, and then that's whenever Alabama started to separate themselves in good Alabama fashion. But I love Nick Saban, man. I really love that guy. And I kind of have a man crush on him. It's, he's got a great voice, his demeanor. He's a West Virginia guy. I wish he could somehow end up there in Morgantown, but that'll never happen. He's too smart for that. It's just, I have a man crush on Nick Saban. You're hearing it here first. You're hearing it here first on Timeout. Jack.
Dude, I watched the
greatest
video.
Head coach of all time.
Absolutely. Greatest college coach of all time right there. Especially he really solidified it because he's able to do it with multiple teams. He was able to do it with both LSU and Alabama. But, the same could be said for Urban Meyer. He was able to do it with Florida and Ohio State. But there's always been like some type of drama following Urban Meyer when he was a college coach. Nick Saban, you never have that. You never had these guys. There might be some shady stuff going on. We don't know. But it's bound to come out, but there's never even been like a speck of it coming from Alabama. I watched a video the other day, or I don't remember if it was a video or an article that I read. It was the all Alabama, like Nick Saban, the all Nick Saban team. So he had guys from LSU on there too. Marcus Spears was the only LSU guy that made the cut. So quarterback, I think they had Tua, which I would have picked Jalen Hurts over Tua for the quarterback out of Bama. Running back,
really?
Yeah, I would have. Running back was Derrick Henry. Wide receivers was Amari Cooper, Julio Jones, and Devontae Smith. Offensive lineman was Alex Leatherwood, Chance Warmack, and a few other guys I don't remember their names. But one of the guys was all American at both center, and he switched to right tackle, and he was all American at right tackle the next year. Wow. Their tight end was O.J. Howard, and on the defensive side of the ball,
it's where the money's made right there.
Yeah, it was Drake Kirkpatrick and Minkah Fitzpatrick as the cornerbacks, and then their safeties was Mark Barron and what's his name? Plays for the Washington now. Safety on Washington.
Damn.
Played for the Giants. I can't think of his name. He was really good. Really good. Can't think of his name right now. Was it
Jabril Peppers?
No, he was.
Is that who you're talking about?
That's a Michigan man.
He's Michigan man, yeah.
Michigan man.
You said he played for the Giants now.
Yeah, played for the Giants, and he got drafted by the Giants. I can't think of his name right now, man. But if you're listening, just look it up. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. It's very. I'm having a brain freeze right now, but I don't remember their defensive line, but they're stacked. So for Urban Myers to have, not Urban Myers, Nick Saban have the ability to get these guys and send this quality of talent to the NFL speaks volumes about not only his coaching and his recruiting, but his analysis of a player and the building of a player. Greatest head coach of all time in college.
It's a shame he didn't work out in the NFL, but I like him better in the college level anyway.
Yeah, me too.
The NFL and NCAA are really corrupt, but
it's there was one guy too, though.
Yeah.
So we got so right now it's Saturday, January 16th, 8:00 local UK time. What do you got? 3:00 local there in North Carolina.
Indeed.
So we're an hour and a half out from divisional round of the playoffs here. Hour and a half out. We got Packers, Rams, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Browns, and Saints, Bucks. You want to hear my picks here?
I do.
All right, I'm going Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Bucks.
Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Bucks. Rams are playing the Packers, correct?
That's correct.
So I got the Pack. I got Go Pack going that.
Go Pack, go, okay.
And the Bills are playing
Ravens.
Okay, yep. I got Buffalo in that.
Okay.
And then Baltimore,
Chiefs, Browns. That's
Cleveland and Browns. Kansas City. I don't even know why I side like that.
Cleveland and Browns.
And then what? And what was the last one after that?
Saints, Bucks.
Saints, Bucks. And New Orleans really beat the dog shit out of Tampa Bay this year.
They have. They definitely have.
Twice.
It's a different game now. It's
It's
playoffs.
a different game. Playoffs.
TB12 activated.
Yikes. Fucking bum.
Watch
I
your
don't
mouth.
care
That's
if he's a Michigan
man.
man. I don't give a fuck if he's a Michigan
Watch your
man. He's still a
goddamn mouth.
bum. Spit on him while he's standing on the Michigan logo.
Whoa. All right. Now you're getting really. I'm about to kick you off this call, man. Watch your mouth. Spit on Tom all you want, but don't do it on the Michigan logo.
No, while he's standing on the Michigan logo. That's how far I'll go. I won't spit on the logo.
Man, you're getting really disrespectful today, man.
I ain't no juju up in here dancing on him.
We'll put it on TikTok.
But anyways, I have New Orleans. I have New Orleans winning the third bout.
Okay.
And then after that, it'll be Green Bay making it all the way.
You think Green Bay's going all the way to the NFC?
Mm-hmm.
I think Tampa is. I think Tampa's going all the way.
Tampa.
Yeah, I think Tampa's going all the way. I think the Rams are going to beat the Packers today, not because the Packers are bad, just the Rams defense is playing good. And Jalen Ramsey should be able to do enough to slow down Devontae Adams. He's not a receiver like DK Metcalf. Like DK Metcalf can overpower you. Devontae Adams is like pure route running. He's an extremely great route runner. But I think Jalen Ramsey, that's his strong suit right there. He cuts off routes easy. So I think
yeah, like you're saying on paper, LA should win this game because the Packers receiving core is just so one-dimensional with Devontae Adams. I mean, That's it. That's all they got. I think Matt LaFleur and A-Rod find a way to pull this one out, though. But on paper, yes, I think LA should be huge favorites.
The Bills and Ravens, I'm thinking the Bills are going to stop Lamar Jackson. If he was able to – the Bills have a better defense than the Titans, in my opinion. And if Lamar Jackson was kind of struggling with the Titans defense last week, the Bills defense is going to have fun with him this week. They're going to have a good time on that field. And it's in Buffalo.
Going to make him look like a clown.
I hope
as if he didn't look like a clown even more.
I hope it's a really good game, man. I really
don't care.
I don't care who wins, but circle the wagons.
Well, that's the team who I'm rooting for the rest of the way is Buffalo. I mean,
too.
that city deserves it. Just such a great football town. I mean, they definitely deserve it. If it's not Pittsburgh and it's Buffalo.
Yeah, man. The Chiefs Browns, that's going to be the game I'm most excited for this weekend. I know who you're rooting for in that one, but take that out of the equation. Your fandom of the Steelers.
Well, no. And here's the thing. I want Kansas City to lose. I want Cleveland. because I love Nick Chubb. I want Nick Chubb to go off.
Okay.
I wish he was in Pittsburgh.
I wish he was in
fuck. I would love to see a team like Cleveland, somehow come out and beat Kansas City. I mean, I think that would be awesome. I have nothing against that.
The Browns showed everyone this last weekend that they're not the Browns of old, like Juju said, so to say. They're stacked, and they don't even have Odell Beckham right now. I think this could be possible upset here, but as long as Mahomes is on the Chiefs and playing, you got to pick the Chiefs no matter what.
And Kansas City defense has struggled all year. So looking back on last week game against Pittsburgh, Cleveland, if Cleveland didn't have all that stupid mistakes and shit happened in the first half, Pittsburgh runs away with that game. But it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh fucked up. Now Cleveland's going to need Pat Mahomes and Kansas City to fuck up a lot, which I don't see happening.
But I mean, the Chiefs kind of do. They usually do fuck up in the playoffs, but they always come back. It's like they fucked up against the Texans.
Right.
They screwed up against the Colts a couple years ago. The Colts won that game. They came back on them. The Titans beat them a few years ago in the playoffs.
Last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can't. We were working that day. I remember we were working.
We couldn't even watch it.
We couldn't even watch it last year. We were sneaking around.
That was the notorious day. That was good. Remember what happened that day?
I do remember what happened that day.
Jack had to eat a couple chicken sandwiches and then immediately after start running laps on the flight line.
Yeah, so Jack here wasn't doing the right thing. So myself and somebody else had him running laps, and like everyone, if you don't know already, we're in the military. So Jack had to wear his full kit, vest, helmet, gas mask, and he had to go for a little run. But
was I carrying my 4 at high ready?
Yes, you were.
I think I was.
You were.
Oh my lord.
Jack had to learn a little lesson that day, and he learned
that Korean smog.
Oh god, dude. while the Super Bowl's going on too, and people walking by watching you run. Good day. That was a great day.
Oh,
But yeah, back on with the Chiefs. You know, like I said, as long as Mahomes is playing and Andy Reid's that coach, man, you can never count them out. You really can't.
no.
But the other game, the Bucks Saints, I think this is the game right here where Tom Brady goes off because they've struggled against the Saints this year, but this is a different type of game. This is playoffs. They had a good game last week against the Washington football team. I think they're going to open up the game really well with a solid run game like Fournette. If he's able to build off of last week with that 93 yards, they're going to, man, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they're going to go off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really exciting game to watch. Where's that? That is that in New Orleans? That's got to
In
be
New Orleans, yeah.
right?
It's in New
Okay.
Orleans.
Yeah. Yikes! God damn.
So I'm picking them. I'm taking them to go all the way. Super Bowl picks for me. I'm picking Bills Bucks.
What is it that New Orleans has against Tampa Bay this year? What do they have them beat on? Like what's the inside scoop that Sean Payton has on that team that Tampa Bay doesn't know?
I'm thinking they just make them one-dimensional
Okay.
because New Orleans had the number one rated defense in the league this year. They're really good at stopping the run, but that was early in the year. You know, they kind of slowed down towards the end. You know, for God's sakes, the fucking Eagles beat them. The fucking
Yeah.
Eagles beat them with Jalen Hurts. You know, the Eagles beat them. So let's get real. This is a game that they can definitely lose.
I think so too.
And they didn't look like world beaters last year against the Bears.
No.
You know, so
Like we were saying, that was an awful game to watch. That was a hard game to watch.
yeah, man. So that's all the games we got this week. Really looking forward to it. We got another hour before these games start up, and we'll definitely be able to talk about that next weekend. But I want to round out this episode with a couple quick shout outs, Jack. And feel free to interject. Feel free to make some quick shout outs of your own. Doug Peterson hit the fucking bricks. He's
Nice.
out of there. I love it.
Nice.
I love
And
it.
Christmas came a little late this year, didn't it?
Well, late and early. You know,
Yeah.
it sucks too because he was a good coach, but I think he was getting a little too stubborn. He was going down the same tracks the old Chip Kelly was doing. Wasn't listening to the higher ups, was making stupid fucking decisions, abandoning the run game way too early, not setting Carson Wentz up for success. You know, like why, Doug, you got Miles Sanders in the backfield. Give him the ball. This dude's averaging 5.5 yards a carry this year. Give Miles Sanders the ball more than 5-6 times a game. So the head coach search is on right now for the Eagles. They're looking at a few guys. A couple guys got hired. I wanted them to hire Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator from San Fran, but he just took a job at the Jets. So, you know, Deuce Staley is a guy I'm looking at for the Eagles. He was their running backs coach for a while, and he was a running back coach and assistant head coach, so he can fill in nicely. He's been doing head coaching duties. It's his time. I think it's Deuce Staley's time. He put in his dues as a coach. He played for the Eagles as a running back during their, I say dynasty years, but they never won the Super Bowl at that time, but they were dominant at that time. So I think it's time for Deuce Staley.
So my shout outs, and by the way, great shout outs.
Oh, I got more, but
Great.
Go ahead.
Okay. So a shout out that I have, which we've already heard, Randy Fickner, also hit the fucking bricks, bro.
Hit the bricks, bro.
Don't even pack your bags. Don't look back. Just get in your little pickup truck and hit the highway. Keep going until you run out of gas,
Oh boy.
which may not be very far. Also, shout out to Bob Nutting, Pirates owner. You're still fucking this city over
Yeah.
of potential great baseball, which will never happen ever again. So thank you for that. Who else? Who else do I have a shout out for? Shout out to the LA Chargers.
Hey, yeah.
Shout out
All
to
right.
the LA Chargers
I agree with that.
for finally parting ways with Anthony Lynn.
All right.
And it's nothing against Anthony Lynn or anything like that. It's just that he halfway through the year, a little bit more than halfway through the year, he basically said, we do not have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't do that, man.
Which they did. Statistically, they did. They go on a hot run. They have a couple teams lose. Statistically, they have a chance to go in. You don't say that halfway through the year. You don't say that at all. And then also how many times he screwed that team over with his play calls, especially late in the game, and then his lack of game time awareness, situational awareness, was awful. So thankfully he's out of there. Justin Herbert can have anybody come in and point them in the right direction. So I'm glad that happened. And I hope Anthony Lynn gets another job somewhere else,
I hope so.
whether that's him at, as a coordinator or it's a head coaching position at the college or the pro level. I hope he gets another job. I just hope this was an eye opener for him. So that's my final shout out. I'm really glad that, LA came to an agreement and was like, yeah, this dude's got to hit the bricks.
Yeah, hit it, man. You can't just have a season like you did last year where they go 12-4 last year and then do this year. They always have some injuries on that team, though. Like, you can't really fairly assess them. It's if their quarterback's not getting jabbed in the lungs by their doctor, their wide receivers are tearing their ACL. So
was that intentional? Was that an intentional jab into the lungs? We've never. I don't think we've discussed this yet.
They might have paid him like, hey man, we really want to get Justin Herbert in here, but we don't know how to break it to Tyrod. Like, he's not cutting it. Can you just like jab him in the ribs in the lung?
Do you think that was actually their team doctor, or do you think they hired some crackhead off the street to come in and just poke somewhere?
Yeah.
Damn, man, you poked him in the damn lungs? What the hell's wrong with you, man?
He needs to lose his license.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I just got a notification here that Philly's eyeing McDaniels and Bieniemy, the offensive coordinators for both the Pats and the Chiefs, which I already knew about the latter of the two, but McDaniels, he was a coach on the Eagles for a while. Yeah. And he kind of jumped around, but to add him to the head coaching search, I don't know. But
I don't like McDaniels. I never have.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be a good head coach. But that's where we're at with that. So the head coach search continues in Philly. Let's see where that goes. They also need an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. We're hiring in Philly, and I've voiced my concerns to Jeffrey Lurie and that organization. And I'm available. I can walk, countless years of Madden. Never lost a franchise game while playing on All Pro, while using Philly. So I have perfect knowledge of how to run and gun and use these players right. Give me a call, Jeff. Give me a call. I'll come to you.
Well, the ball is in Philly's court right now. So you have given them your request, right? I have bringing me on as a strength and conditioning coach and as a defensive coordinator, bringing me on, and then also my request, which is a corner office with a fountain view.
Yep.
And then 2011 Ford Taurus is my company vehicle.
Listen,
it's all been brought up.
Could easily be done. I even told them I'd cut ties with my dad, Edmund Bilak, who's also a Giants fan. Easy cut. Dad, hit the bricks. Sorry, we can't pick our parents. Eagles. He is unfortunately a Giants fan, but he's got to go. And I will also say this, that I did put this in my resume. I went to Andy Reid's last game as the Eagles coach, and what was it, December 29th, 2012, last game of the year for the Eagles. Got their ass whooped by the Giants in the Meadowlands. I was a young, wet behind the ears, 19-year-old, shit talking with countless Giants fans whilst wearing my LaShawn McCoy jersey, winning the arguments. I was winning the arguments. And that game started off with a bang. Andy Reid made the call to onside kick to start the game, and all the fans are calling him a fat fuck. So we were in hostile territory. We're in hostile territory, and I was winning these arguments. Philly, if that doesn't epitomize what the coach should be there, then you got the wrong one here, because I'm the guy. So hit me up.
And like I told you earlier, I turned down the Texas job for this opportunity. So if we do not get the job here in Philly, or at least I don't get the job, I'm kind of fucked. So I really need you to, work your magic here. Work those Bill fingers.
I'll get you on, man. Last shout out here is to the Yankees. Getting the number one priority that we needed to do for the offseason is re-sign La Machine. DJ LeMahieu. We got him back on a 6-year, $90 million deal. Chump change in the grand scheme of things for DJ LeMahieu. Chump change. But I'm happy he's back. He's going to be there through his age 39 season. I expect him to still be able to hit the ball. And, in 4 years, if he's 37 and hitting 280, that's still a plus. You got a 37-year-old hitting 280 in the lineup, and he's going to give you solid defense.
I wish I was a fan of a baseball team with a competent owner and all the money in the world, and they could build their team just straight through money by buying championships. I really wish.
Okay, here we go again.
I wish I had, the opportunity to be a fan of something like that.
All these owners have the money, man. All these owners have the money. They just don't shell it out.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I can sense and I can see your jealousness and your jelly guy right now, and you gotta let it go. Maybe the
I've been
Pirates.
letting it go for far too long
Hey, man,
now.
maybe the Pirates make the wild card game this year. Who knows?
No, don't even
Who
no.
knows?
No.
That's their peak. If they make the wild card game, that's their World Series.
I don't even want that to happen. I'd rather them just be dog shit. Yeah, I'd rather just so it give me something good to laugh at.
Well, at least you get to watch Josh Bell this year on the Pirates.
No, he unfortunately he was traded for two
Peanuts.
prospect pitchers who were filling up at gas stations the year before. So
The Yankees also did sign Corey Kluber.
oh wow,
This morning they signed Corey Kluber. Maybe expecting a little bounce back year from him. Hopefully, it's a low risk, high reward for him. But last thing here that I want to quick shout out. It's not a shout out. It's more of a demand. Talking to Howie Roseman. Listen, man, you got the 6th pick in the draft, right? Don't fuck it up. If Devontae Smith is there, you fucking take him. You do not take Vanderbilt kicker Sarah Fuller, right? You do not take the Dunkin' Donuts man. You take Devontae Smith and build with him, Jalen Reagor, and Travis Fulgham. You've already fucked up once by taking J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf. You've already fucked up twice by taking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. You fucked up a while ago taking Danny Watkins, a firefighter, in the 1st round. Howie, I'm telling you right now, if you thought storming the Capitol was bad, you better hope that you make the right call here, because Philly is gonna put your goddamn head on a pitchfork and string you up outside the stadium.